A warm welcome to you all to ProConnect panel discussion. Today, we are here to have a fascinating discussion on rapid urbanization, technology, and sustainability in built environment. The integration of technology and sustainability in the built environment is essential for creating more resilient, resource-efficient, and environmentally friendly cities and buildings. As technology continues to evolve, it will play an increasingly significant role in shaping the future of urban development and architecture. To reflect more on the many advantages of technology towards sustainability, we have a highly knowledgeable panel today. We have with us today one of INBAC's core team member as a panelist, Mr. Vinayak Sani. He is co-owner at Abhiyanta Consulting Engineers LLP. He is an industry veteran with more than 30 years of experience. He has specialization in converged solutions in the ELV domain, design of the life safety, security and surveillance systems, ICT solutions, IT security, AV solutions in building management systems, design and engineering of the electrical services, energy analysis, and special software solutions. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good to be here. It's continuation of the ProConnect that we actually did 1 year back.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next panelist is Mr. Amit Chaudhary, CFPS, PMP and Lead AP. He is Associate Director, Head MEP and Infrastructure at KPM Engineering Consultants. He has rich educational background, that is doctorate, along with Masters in Engineering and Management. He has designed the tallest building and largest infrastructure township in India. He is passionate about how cities functions and the impact of infrastructure on everyday life. His core design values are climate, water, wastewater management, and energy through an integrated and sustainable design process. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Adrija. Thanks for arranging such a panel discussion, and I'm happy to share my insights related to water. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I now welcome our moderator, our very own INBACer, Ms. Sandhya Patil, Associate Director, Environmental Design Solutions. A sustainability specialist who has over 24 years of experience in design-build architecture with specialization in green building certification and green building codes and standard. Welcome, Sandhya, and over to you.
Thank you so much. It's good. This is a very new experience for me to be a moderator, and I'm open to hear so many people here with so much of experience. So today's session, I just wanted to set the context for the entire conversation which we're going to have. And let me share my screen and then I'll take over to the questions. So we are in April and this is our ProConnect for April 24. As you're already aware about INBAC Association and what its core is about cultivating a market civilization and looking at a 360 degrees collaboration between all the individuals in the industry. So most of you are aware, have been veterans here and have quite a bit of experience and know how the system works. And this is a very good platform to share your thoughts, connect with people, and also exchange ideas, grow yourself as a professional also. Today's topic is rapid urbanization, technology, and sustainability in built environment. We are aware that cities across the world occupy only 2% of the world's land area, but they house almost 55% of world's people, and they also contribute to 70% of the global GDP. But this all cumulatively takes up to a lot of carbon emissions and greenhouse gases. So this figures actually, when I saw it, it actually overwhelmed me and seemed to be a real important aspect, which is a very good topic which we have taken it today. When we move further, the building industry, whether it's in operational state or even the mid materials, takes up almost, you can see the numbers here, the how much contribution it has to the CO2 emissions. So you have 28% coming from the buildings which are operating, the materials which have in terms of buildings, infrastructure, same as concrete, steel, and aluminum, also contribute another 23%. So more than 50% we are looking at is contribution to the CO2 emission. So as building industry individuals, I think this becomes a morally an important topic for us to really look at how sustainability can be incorporated in these aspects or in the fields which we are working. We had like 10 cities which were mega cities, but right now if you locate, you see in 2030 we are looking at 43 mega cities. So the growth has been exponential. And are the infrastructure, is the land, is the carrying capacity of the land ready for it? And there would be an associated issues with it. And I'm sure each one of you have been working in your field, have contributed to these kind and have understood what these are issues which will coming when this rapid urbanization is moving. When we look at, we have the climate change which is affecting in terms of the temperatures. We have temperatures which are rising in the downtown or in the main cities, which is almost 80% rise compared to the rest of the areas such as rural, industrial, or even a normal park area, or you can say a jungle around, or any kind of green area. So that's what rapid urbanization takes for. This is again associated with the electricity demand, which you can see in terms of the industry, in the residential and the commercial. In 2012, what was the demand? And now you see annual increase in 2047. That is projected one. So again, we are looking back at how our buildings are going to be contributing, or how, or overall the city is going to be contributing. So what's the solution? Sustainability solutions, and how we are going to look at. Now, there is a three-prong approach which you can look at. As we are looking at sustainable urbanization, it cannot be one-man show. It has to be an engagement of all the stakeholders living in the cities or contributing it. And we need to come to understand what is the problems, evaluate them, and come with innovative solutions. When I look at it, the word comes as smarts. So we look at smart homes, smart healthcare, smart transportation, smart agriculture, smart waste. So we are looking at smart solutions. That's what is the need for our. So what are we looking at? We are looking at a new area, a new methodology, and that all gets integrated in technological innovations, which leads to a sustainable city. To all the panelists, which aspect of rapid urbanization, according to you feel needs immediate attention for a sustainable tomorrow? And which aspect of technology you think would be a smart solution or play an important role in this sustainable urbanization? So I'd like to start with Vinayak sir.
Hey, it was a very nice presentation, and I think all the three aspects of urbanization, technology, and sustainability are actually very much interconnected. And it is a growth that we see for years together. And as you rightly put in the last slide, the growth at 2047 would be highly anticipated. And we don't know what would actually happen. It would be like a heat map for everybody to live in that area. And I don't know. So basically, as you say, it's basically what would happen is housing and transportation are going to be the main key areas. And as you said, urbanization, technology, and sustainability are actually truly interconnected. So in urbanization, I would feel the housing, infrastructure, and transportation are three key elements that one has to look into. Today's scenario, if you look at Mumbai, the percentage, the way the housing is increasing, the roadways and infrastructure is not that much as in the same line of growth.
Right.
Similarly, when talk about technology, we talk about smart solutions. Are they really catching up with it? Everybody says, I'm giving you a smart housing, I'm giving you a smart residence. but as it really caught up with the technology, it is all proprietary. So unless you have it on a common platform and in the electricity boards also get into it, then you can talk about AI, IoT devices, data analytics. Then they would play a major role of bringing technology into the urban services, getting into the line with life safety. That will reduce environmental impact. Today they are saying that any alarm will directly go to the fire brigade. But would it really happen? Would that impact and the response be very fast? Because the city is growing. Tomorrow, somebody has said that Mumbai and Pune would be one single stretch. Lonavala would never be there. Lonavala was a hill station today. Tomorrow, it won't be a hill station. It will be one of the cities connecting to Mumbai and Pune. Can we reach out to everybody at the same time? So it's a major challenge at that time. And similarly, carbon emissions, minimizing waste, conserving resources are two critical elements as sustainable consultants. You would also agree with that. Reducing this carbon emissions is very, very important. I have never seen I've been staying in Mumbai for so many years. The last 2 years, you will find March and April is like a hotspot. We never felt that. March was actually a very pleasant month. Today, you cannot get out of the house or the office between 12 and 4. Even Pune, it's like a burning sensation. You come out because the ozone layer has gone down. Now, why is it gone down? A lot of concretization has come up. Trees have gone blank. People are not planting trees. Nothing is compensating for that thing which is heat is being created. Now, glass houses, glass buildings. So this impact has to be stopped or has to be curtailed with a different angle. And somebody on the regulatory body has to come up and say this has to be stopped or minimized into do something else. Previously, you would agree that walls and everything would be so cooler, and most of the concrete, instead of concrete walls, are big brick walls. And is to have a 6 inches or 9 inches walls. Today, it is 4 inches of glass. Those 9 inches of concrete, a brick wall used to play as an envelope for the heat not coming inside the house. Today is nothing. You will see what you call as the dry walls. You got M1 infrastructure. So also concretization. So I don't know how we stop that, how you curtail that, or there should be some regulations to stop that. That's my take from here.
I'll move on to Mr. Chaudhary Amit. Would you like to add something?
Yes, Sandhya. With this rapid urbanization and as Vinayak sir also said, there is more need to stress on the water. In fact, water is already stressed. Since centuries, we are saying that we are an updated civilization, and every time there is a war because of water only. So there are urban issues. There are that 55%, as you showed, that 55% population is staying in the urban areas, and government planning for 24/7. Yesterday there was Plumbex curtain raiser, and they said the government is going to supply only 55 liters of water to everyone, not more than which we used to talk about 135 liters per day. So I think Sane sir covered most of the point, but emphasis on the basic infrastructure. Basic, I mean water, power, energy. So we need to focus a lot more, use IoT devices, conserve water, reduce the leakages, and many more things to do. All the consultants, contractors, builder, developer, government need to work hand in hand for this.
Thank you.
So actually, you should not repeat Bangalore, isn't it, Amit? Bangalore is facing very dire states today.
She's absolutely right, sir. In Bangalore, Chennai, what we are doing, we are just go on developing the things. In fact, our very own Thane. So Thane, there used to be hundreds of lakes, city of lakes. Now there are no lakes, hardly any lakes. It's good that there are movements starting by the people, those who understand these environmental phenomena, that the lakes should be conserved and protected. So yes, you are right. Bangalore is heading towards that. Hyderabad is next, and just because we are near to seashore, because Mumbai is near to seashore, they have ample water. But then there is a huge cost, huge energy requirement for the treating that salt water into the sweet drinkable water. So you said it right.
Thank you. My next question is, what would be your views, thinking, looking at Pune city? Pune city is a smart city, and it has its future and its growth. So how do you would like to contribute to this? Start with Sane sir.
Amit can continue with that. I
Okay.
can follow him on this.
Yeah, maybe
See,
Amit.
I was fortunate to did my masters in Pune. I spent nearly 10 years starting my career also there. And I would say the growth is inorganic because when there are opportunities, the growth is always inorganic. Fortunately, the people are very well qualified. There are so many colleges in the Pune, elite institutes. So people are qualified and they are taking it seriously about the sustainability of their cities. Government is also running so many initiatives. I will start with that water, which I just said. So Pune is planning big way for the 24 by 7 water supply scheme to the residents. This will reduce the burden on construction of underground tanks, overhead tanks, piping, heavy piping systems, which reduces the much more carbon footprinting because you use very less material instead when you have an intermittent water supply. Then as I said, it is growing inorganic because if you see there are islands of development. So various areas in the Pune have like if I talk about the entry that is at Wakat. So before Wakat there are island of the area Pune village they call it, and so many buildings are there. Then there is very small area. Then again you can see some IT, so much IT, huge IT park and all. So supplying the water energy to these areas is also a challenge, but government is working towards it. As Sane sir also mentioned that it's a smart Pune is going to be the smart city. Uh, smart city initiatives is also there, and the townships which are developed by builders, they are also started being vigilant about the integrated approach about the township, that how should be the traffic systems, how should be the power requirements, solar installations for the power, heating the water, and radiant heating and cooling. So many areas. Pune, I think, in if we look at the next 5 years, they will direct the whole country that how a sustainable model should be. But yes, this has to be taken in a continuous perseverance manner. If they lose that perseverance, then it could be a havoc. And as there is a always comparative between the metropolitans and cosmopolitans, I think it is no more with Pune. They are a metro city only, and they have to adopt that lifestyle of the metro and go towards more sustainable living habits.
And basically, they also have to take care that the green cover is not lost. Pune till today still have a lot of green cover, but it has to be regulated and made mandatory. I have come across the government directions that when you start building infrastructure, there is certain percentage of green cover you have to plant or you cannot cut down. But as you know, all builders always have a loophole to follow. But that should be regulated and seen that the green cover is not lost. The moment the green cover is lost, it's like Mumbai or Bangalore.
Right.
So
There is no storage of the soil itself acts as a storage. Now that is gone, then it's a problem.
Right. Right.
So yes, and as I to back up Sane's statement, there are so many organizations in Pune, the activists, those who really love the tree movements, soil conservation, rainwater harvesting conservations, and people, as I said, people are also vigilant. They go for while buying an apartment or buying a commercial space, they see what are the how you are reduced the energy consumption, how you are making it green, natural habitat. So yes, Sanisha, right.
Thank you. Anything else, Sani sir, you would like to add?
Nothing else, as Amit also said, basically it has to be, it has to come from the people who live in that city.
Sure.
Because if you see, Pune has been an island of small pockets, which was under the Pune Corporation. There was PCMC and there was Gram Panchayat. Now, slowly, a lot of Gram Panchayat villages have come under PCMC. So, PCMC has grown. They have certain norms of catering to the natural resources. But let's see how the political scenario enriches and encourages them to go ahead and save as much as possible. And if rightly done, it could actually be a ideal city to look forward to.
Great. Yes, thank you. Amit, this is a question to you. Would you like to share some case study examples where you feel, the case studies have contributed, and you'd like to highlight that they would have contributed the innovations or the technologies which has been provided to this hot burning topic of rapid urbanization, be it anything to do with water, waste, or energy? Would you like to share some case studies?
Yes, Sandhya madam, for sure. As I said, the townships are becoming more integrated. So, what is the focus? The focus is increasing the efficiency, functionality, resilience, safety, adaptability, and sustainability. So, if we look at all these 5 6 parameters, then I will just go one by one. So, if we talk about the efficiency, then the power which is transmitted or the water which is transmitted from one place to another place is designed very efficiently to minimize the losses, leakages, which gives advantages to the residents. Then, if we go to the next point, safety, then whatever fire we talk about, the integrated approach is there. If there is a fire at one location, the signals are passed on to the nearest fire officers, fire stations, and they get called. They immediately deploys the fire tenders. Sprinkler systems are smart enough to actuate based on the signal systems. So this integrated approach is helping, and there are several case studies. So let us say if we talk about the transportation. So many Pune has adopted the smart transportation system. So they have installed so many cameras. Most of the time, we feel that they are for the charging fines, those who jump the signals. But yes, that's the one use. But the major is they are directing the traffic based on the AI system. So if there is a particular traffic is occurring at particular location, then the signaling system operates in such a way that the traffic is getting diluted immediately. So these are a few examples where the smart city approach is adopted.
Great. Thank you so much. Vinay sir, this is a question for you. Do you believe that implementation of smart technologies in this built environment or on a rapid urbanization or on a city level would have positive social impacts? And if yes, how?
It is basically to increase efficiency, like efficient operations and energy efficiency and user experience are the three major criteria which one will have to look into. And that's basically when you talk about, as Amit was saying, it is not just giving smart solutions across the government, but also looking at using resources for saving power. Now, one of the things which he said is water metering. We also use a lot of, in Pune, especially I've seen there is a lot of importance given to solar power generation. So the percentage of solar power generation in Pune is much more than what can be seen in Mumbai. And everybody points at, yes, though IGBC or MOEF says 5%, I want to create more and depend less on the natural the power that the government agencies is supplying. Now, that could be used for power, that could be used for solar or anything else, or using LED lighting. I've seen a lot of difference between Pune projects and Mumbai projects. So if people feel that it is their prerogative, it is their importance, and they should look into the urbanization, increase the efficiency of their lifestyle itself, would be play a major contributor.
Sure, great. I think that is what even Amit also mentioned, that there has to be an integrated approach for this entire issue. What do you see as in terms of barriers or a widespread adoption of protocols which will have a better interoperability for this? How do you see it? So how can we address this thing? What challenges or barriers we can see?
Basically, if you call as barriers is in systems, you mean to say the services?
Yeah, right. Services.
So basically, it is more of a lack of awareness and technological constraints. People read about a lot of many things, but how to implement them and actually have them created or what you call as installed is a major difference between the two. It's a lot of people have become like google.com. They read everything what the world says and actually want to implement. They never know what, they don't have people to know exactly what they actually want to implement. So that is lack of awareness.
Right.
Technological constraints is basically people, as I said, okay, I know this is to be done, but the technician in themselves don't know how to interconnect two systems. But the systems can be interfaced basically on sharing of protocols. But how to create the right protocol and to match the other protocol is always a question mark. We talk about Industry 4.0. There is a big U about Industry 4.0. And then you will find that most of the industries, when talk about Industry 4.0, it is more on PLC constraints. And buildings are on digital management or digital controllers. And there is a huge difference between the two. So it's basically a technological constraint and integration challenges are the two critical things. Then people lack innovation. They want to go ahead with what's there for last 15 years back. The BMS which was working 15 years back, they still want to continue.
Right.
And today, lot many companies are saying that I am intelligent. I am giving you some sort of a protocol. You please pick up the protocol and you take the details ahead. But it has to be a two-way communication. One cannot say I am giving, you take, or I am taking, you give. It's not going to happen. There's also be a proper handshake between the two systems. And another is resistance to change. If these are the four main criteria, if you don't overcome this, whatever you talk about sustainability, talk about urbanization, everything's going to go for a toss, because unless the system stops to each other and has a seamless integration, nothing will work.
Right. You've pinpointed the right aspects, and I think this is perfect what you were saying. Amit, would you like to add your thoughts on what do you think interdependence on subsystems in any built environment? What do you have to say about this?
So if we talk about the subsystems, then the subsystems like transport, HVAC, building grades, water supply, communication, energy, and all, they should talk to each other. As Sane sir said, they should talk to each other, but there is a constraint again. So subsystems are also getting smarter, and the list of subsystems which I just gave you is now started talking to each other. That my AC, my Alexa operates my AC. My Alexa operates my geyser. So this type of subsystem interfunctionality is gearing up. But rightly mentioned by Sane sir, that a milestone need to be achieved for integrating all these things. And second thing about the subsystem is there is a huge gap between the inventor and the user. So inventor is inventing few good things. Maybe first world countries have so many good things which are not yet showcased at our country, and because of that, our carbon emission is more. Our subsystems functionality, cross functionality is not smoother. But I feel that because world is a global village, the day is not very far that this subsystem will function altogether and gives us a comfort habitats.
Thank you.
There's another thing which I would like to add is basically everybody when talks about interoperability and interconnectivity, the first thing that the client thinks is about cost. First is a buying cost, and second is your maintenance cost. But he forgets the fact that once all of these things are integrated, there is a lifeline changes. Your preventive maintenance changes. The savings are there. There are a lot of indirect savings. Those things are always forgotten or overlooked. The reason is basically the contractors, when you try to sell, or the OEMs, they want to sell the best out of their pocket. And then they say, okay, does it really require for your project or not, is not looked into. And that is where the entire thing goes for a toss. So you have a proper, what you call as a regulatory body, which even INBAC was say, as Adrija, as we always say, INBAC is there to create some sort of a standard. And that is what we are heading towards it. So if you have standards, like you have something like MOEF standards, you have your green building standards. So you have your interconnectivity, interoperability standards which are ready. People say, okay, my product is satisfying or certified by this XYZ number. And yes, if this is the case, then this is automatically going to talk to some other subsystem.
Right.
So let's hope for the best. Let's see how it, we pray that it happens in the next few years.
Great. Thank you so much. This is a question to both of you. I just want you to share some projects which you have seen. The facts which you are talking about is a good example to share with viewers, and it's incorporated. Any of your projects, if it's open to both of you, if you would like to talk about any aspect which you feel it has contributed to the larger sense of sustainability or smart technology. If you'd like to share, please step ahead.
Okay, so I will share two examples. One is about water, one is about power. So we did one project, mega project, where there were several buildings, and there are nowadays devices come which are smart device, smart water meter, but they are very small and installed at inlet of the house, not at the source or tanks. What happened when the residents start occupied the building? They have been allotted with one app, and they can see how much water I have consumed today, how much water I have consumed in last year, last month, year on year, and they were vigilant that okay, I am using more water than government is allotting to me, and because of my excessive uses of water, the tanks are getting empty fast. The byproduct of this system, that monitoring, that people has where intermittent water supplies there particularly, they sometimes user goes on the vacation or a day outing or 2 days outing, and his tap is open. So that app is smart enough to give alarm that there is a continuous supply of water which does not look organic. There is some problem in this apartment, and then the FM team can go outside and they can shut the valve. So this was installed at one of the project, and the results were people want to contribute towards the sustainability. They understand there is a scarcity of everything, and there is a huge cost to what we are using. Fortunately, unfortunately, water is not charged heavily, but the day is not far, so people are vigilant about it. Second thing, second township project which I would like to highlight is net metering was installed. There was solar farm, solar trees, like Singapore concept they installed. And when people people compare, they talk to each other. in the offices, in the family gatherings, okay, that you are living in a township, your power consumption, your bill is this much, and my bill is this. So they were very happy. And then because of the word of mouth, it gets the developer gets a mileage that his another project gets sold off very quickly, and you are using the residents are using the natural power. So they were also happy that we are not contributing to any carbon emission or greenhouses gases or anything which is harming the nature. So these are the two indicative examples I can highlight.
Great. And where were these two projects located? If you could share the location.
So one was one was at Sakinaka. It was done by Mahindra Life Spaces, and another is Godrej at Pune.
Wonderful. Sunny sir, would you like to share some projects examples?
Basically, from my end, basically it's more of infrastructure. So
Sure.
it's the hospitality industry that we actually, I can say that they have used when what happens is when we design the ABP services more for infrastructure. And so we are happy when they get into the fact that they are trying to save power by using solar farms and everything. But there is a restriction that you only use 5%, that's 7%. But I was happy one of the projects that we are just starting is they're ready to buy a separate land, put a solar farm there, and then offset it with a large commercial premises which we are going to develop. So the first priority they're doing is they're creating the solar farm first, see how they get the benefit out of it, and then they offset it with the commercial premises they're going to build. So people have started thinking that way. In the hospitality industry, yes, building management system is used, it is properly managed. That is the only place the BMS is used to the key. Otherwise, everybody says, I'll do this, I'll just manage that. It is mainly taking care of my AHUs, managing my flow, that's it. But yes, we see a growth happening. We see how people are inclined towards getting new technologies in. The sad part is it's becoming more proprietary. The proprietarialness has to come out and everybody has to play on the same platform. Then you will see the growth happening. Because what we do is we purely design on transformers and substations and everything. So there is nothing much on saving there. So I would not be able to put much on this answer to your question. But building automation is something which is a last mile of the electrical system, and that is what people are trying to play around with. If they really focus and do a proper installed BMS, there will be a lot of saving, about 20% into their power bills.
But infrastructure is a very important aspect because it connects the entire city. So, I mean, it is connects cities within cities and even cities to cities. So that's a important. It's like the veins with that run in our body. Thank you so much. We come to a conclusion of our session today. Just to wrap it up, I'm just putting some points for just to reflect on what we discussed today. We do agree to that rapid urbanization is contributing to a larger climate change and all the climate issues. But at the same point, it is very important to highlight and to find what are the crucial areas which require. And as what you both have pointed out, that there is a important aspect where all the stakeholders, including the city, the city municipalities or the people need to come together and form and contribute to the protocols which will be followed for further development. Also, which was an important point which Amit pointed, that there's a huge gap in the creation of innovations or smart technology and the users. So the users do not really understand, but they are welcoming, as what he's pointed out in his case studies, that the users are open to adopt these smart technologies, which further will contribute to the entire issue. So thank you so much for your time and all the insights which you provided.
Sandhya, there's one thing I would like to add here is something on the security and the health issues.
Sure.
Which people also have to have given greater importance, because as you say, safety and security of a person, even in his single building or a multi-tenanted building or a large campuses, plays a very critical role in your sustainable as well urbanization.
True.
And single monitoring of the solutions is single monitoring. It's not tracking the people, if it's tracking the environment.
Right.
And use the same thing for your air quality, your same thing for lighting. It is all integrated.
True.
So we will also have to look into the fact that these 3-4 elements, though the importance is not giving much. Basically, a lot of people use CCTV, but that's more of a postmortem today. But if you
Right.
actually monitor it properly, it can give you a lot of results and a lot of information about lot many things. But it has to be properly tracked.
No, you pointed it right. Sustainability doesn't deal with only energy, water, but it also includes health, well-being, security.
Yeah.
Sure, and especially on a urban level or on a city level, these are very important aspects. And thank you. You pointed it out. I missed out in my previous this. Yeah. So we come to the conclusion of the session. Thank you so much for your time. I hand over to Adrija if you want to add and conclude the session.
Well, I could.
Thank you,
just-
Sandhya, for moderating the panel. It was insightful to see your presentation as well. And I wish we can see more and more such insightful presentations in the future.
We would have loved to continue this, because me and Amit can talk with you on this topic for a long time. So we will have a part 2 of this.
Sure, sure, sir.
You are most welcome, and we would love to bring you all together again on the same panel and, of course, have this discussion together. Thank you so much for this gripping
Thank you,
discussion.
Aditya.
And
thank you, Sandhya.
thank you.
Thank you.